Hi friends, Danielle here from Whitetail Stitch Co. and I just wanted to record a really quick video to show you guys how I do the Snowstorm Cowl colorwork, which is a stranded colorwork you see here for this design. This is the smaller of the cowl versions, and then this is the larger one up here. So there's a lot of beautiful colorwork you do. Have to sew in the end still on that one. But you can see the floats are caught nicely, and there's no, this is not blocked, but there's no puckering on the fabric that you can see. So I just wanted to show you how I do that, my personal style. Again, there are different techniques, but this is the way that I prefer to do my color work. So let me go ahead and get you set up. So we are set up here at the desk. You're on my lap here looking at the pattern as I'm knitting it. We have stitch markers separating each section of the pattern. You can see we've got these cute little turtles. And I have my yarn on either side. So on the left side here, I have the sock, swanky sock with the Midnight Train to Georgia deep blue color. I have that on my left because that is primarily how I knit continental style. That'll be my primary yarn color. And then the white is the one I'll be tossing. So this is a held double plume lace. These are both by Magpie Fibers. I have more details on the pattern I'll put in the description as well to check it out. And then we're just going to set up for knitting. So I'm going to pick up my knitting here and wrap the yarn as I would normally do. So in my left hand, again, I have the blue sock weight, and then in my right hand, I'm going to hold the two lace weights together. And we're just going to follow the pattern. Let me just bring the pattern up closer so I can see it a little bit. So we're going to start with the blue, so knit the blue, and then we're going to alternate. So I'm going to toss the white, do some blue, toss the white, blue, white. So here we have first few stitches. The next part is two blue. And then as I'm about to, if I do anything more than one stitch, you see I spread the stitches on my right needle so that they're spread out a little bit. So I'm not cramming them together as I'm tossing the white over top of them, because I want them to be spread out so the float will sit nicely on the back. So I'm spreading it as if that's how they'll be sitting later on. So there's plenty of room. You see that the white is not pinching it too tight together with the blue stitches. And I basically just continue on like that, tossing the contrast color and knitting the main color. And that's how I do my stranded color work. And then really quickly, for longer strands, for instance, beyond 2, we're going to have 3 in this next section. So I'm going to knit 1, 2, 3. There's our 3. Our float comes next, so again I'm going to wrap it around that way. And you can see, hopefully the stitches are spread so the float just sits on top there like that. The next one is 4, so we're going to 1, 2, 3, and 4. Again, I make sure the stitches are spread out on the needle, and then I'll go ahead and wrap my white here. So that's how I do the longer floats. Again, anything beyond maybe 5 or 6, at that point I'll start to catch the strand. There are a lot of tutorials on how to trap your floats, so maybe that'll be a future video, but again, I think for me, anything beyond 5 or 6, definitely make sure to trap your floats along the back side as you're working. So that's how I do my stranded color work. Again, this is just the technique that works the best for me and my knitting style. I know there are many different knitting styles, different techniques that might work out. So if you have a different technique, different preference, feel free to leave a comment so you can help others and I can take a look too. I'm very curious to see what you guys prefer to do. And please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed this video. I do knitting and crochet videos like this, vlogs, all the good stuff. And I'd love for you to stick around. And again, links will be in the description for you to check out. Have a great day.